Hi guys, it's Debbie. So we had an exciting last night. So I'm 33 weeks today, and I stopped working. So I pretty much do only a little bit at home. Like I do laundry, dishes, dinner, homework with the kids. And I have this recliner that I sit on and I relax. Well, last night I took the kids to karate. I sat there for an hour. Went to Cub Scouts, sat there for an hour. Came home, sat on my recliner, watched Survivor for an hour. And in that hour, I must have had like 10 regular contractions that I was keeping track of on my phone. We put the kids to bed. I tried taking a warm bath. Maybe that would like stop them. They weren't painful. I didn't have back labor or anything. Then we went to bed. My husband worked a 12-hour shift. He hadn't been asleep yet, and he had to get up in the morning. I could not go to bed. Like, they just kept coming. And they were like every 2 to 3 minutes, lasting over a minute long. So I got up at like 11:30, called the hospital. I'd never, given birth in that hospital before. We went and had a maternity tour a couple weeks ago. So they told me to come on in. So we went into labor delivery, got a room. They hooked me up to the 2 monitors, and I was having contractions every 5 minutes. They had me pee in a cup. She checked my urine. She said I had a bladder infection. So I got an IV. They gave me, she said I was dehydrated. So they gave me liquids for that and an antibiotic for the bladder infection. I didn't know I had a bladder infection. Like, there was no signs. Then she came in with these 2 pills, and I had to swallow those to stop my contractions. And like, I swear it was like 5 minutes later, she come in and she goes, "They're still not stopping." She wasn't frantic or anything, but she had a shot. I had to get a shot behind my arm, and she said that this would like kind of make my heart like flutter a little bit. So I had all this stuff being pumped into my body at once, and I hardly even take Tylenol, so I was kind of freaking out. I didn't know, like, if they kept coming, like I just had pills, I just had a shot, like what else was going to happen. But after I got the shot, they stopped, so I was discharged. So I had to go pick a prescription today for antibiotics for my bladder infection. And they didn't say anything about, bed rest or staying in the hospital or anything. I have my 34-week doctor's appointment on Thursday, so my doctor didn't want to see me today. He just said, I'll see you in a week. So I've just kind of like been sitting here on the couch, like my husband's doing everything. He called off for work this morning so we could get some sleep while the kids were at school. I'm just like, I feel like this was like the fastest pregnancy, but the one that has the most complications with the gestational diabetes. And I haven't told you, 2 days ago we had a sonogram at to check to see how baby's growing because of my gestational diabetes. And he's apparently like 4 pounds 3 ounces right now, estimated. But as we were leaving, like, hands on the door leaving, the sonogram tech guy was like, oh, by the way, I shouldn't tell you this, but, and I heard the word placenta. And I was like, I'm sorry, what was that? And he was like, you have a low placenta. Well, then I'm like, okay, thanks, bye. You know, like, you couldn't tell me that while I was laying on the table or explain what that is. So I go home and I Google, and now I'm freaking myself out because I'm like, C-section, blood transfusions, I'm gonna die. Oh my God. So the next morning I called my doctor because I would have drove myself insane for the next 2 weeks. Again, the secretary talked to the doctor, and the doctor says he wasn't concerned, that it's not like over my cervix, I guess, and that I should be good. But I just feel like a lot of things are happening in this pregnancy, and I kind of just want him out. Like, I know he's good in there, he's healthy in there. All those contractions last night were not doing anything to him. His heart rate was good and great. I want to keep him in there for like at least 35, 36 weeks. I've already told my 2 children that mommy might not be walking with them for trick or treat, because walking for an hour, 2 hours, it's just going to throw me into contractions. Because last night, after they stopped my contractions, after walking the hospital and walking in the parking lot, I still was getting them. They're not enough to time. They're not painful enough. But I really feel like he's going to come sooner than expected. I'm hoping I get a date. I just want to kind of set a date so I know. I'm worried, like, where are my children are going to be? Are they going to be in school? Am I going to have to, you know, are they going to be on school break? I'd rather them on school break so that, you know, if they miss a couple days of school, they're going to have all this homework. I'm the only one that pretty much does their homework with them. I don't have family around. Like, his parents don't, you know, they might babysit here or there, but they're not like, homework, let's do dinner. No, it's me and my husband. So, I have a lot in my brain that I'm thinking about, like, where's everybody going to be? Are my 2 older ones going to be at their dad's house? And I just have no idea. It's a waiting game. But I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about that. And that's about it. I will keep you posted if anything else happens in between or after my doctor's appointment on Thursday. All right, bye.